I am your Chief of Wrestling, Craig Anderson, and I am joined by the Director of Creativity, Kieran Smith. He creates so I can procrastinate. Hi Kieran, how you doing?
How you doing, Craig? All right.
I'm good, mate. It's Money in the Bank.
It's Money in the Bank. Been waiting a long time for this.
Oh, so long. So many bad episodes of Raw to watch. And, to be fair, a couple bad SmackDowns as well.
I think SmackDown's been the better of two brands over the last 6 weeks or so, but
Raw's been bad.
Raw's been bad. Very bad.
But this is almost the sacrifice for what on paper looks like an excellent pay-per-view. I hope you guys agree with us with that. And forward planning booking. This is almost, they've sacrificed poor Raws to get to a great pay-per-view, which looks amazing.
Hopefully so. This
show looks stacked, guys. Absolutely stacked.
It's very stacked, and obviously it's part of a long weekend of wrestling for us.
Oh, long weekend. A lot of sleep-deprived.
Obviously, World Cup starting, so we're sitting there watching the World Cup, and then we've got obviously TakeOver Saturday night, this Money Bank on Sunday night, Monday England play. Come on, England.
We do. And then Tuesday
we're off to the UK Championship tournament.
Yeah, me and Kieran will be off to day 2 of the WWE United Kingdom tournament. I mean, personally, I speak for myself, I'm looking very much to seeing former colleagues and representatives of the British scene in action, as well as the final, who will be facing the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne for that United Kingdom title. And when it actually changed hands, Kieran, I don't know what your thoughts are on the second one.
I think they'd be brave for it to change hands, but it depends what day one does in terms of making the participants look worthy enough to take over Pete, because I think Pete is on a whole new level compared to even Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, who are the other, and Wolfgang and Mark Andrews, who are like the big five of the WWE UK division at the moment.
They've been on NXT 205 Live.
Yeah,
they're the ones that sort of, as from the outside, you can sort of see they've been elevated just a smidge above the others.
But we know first round results.
Yes, we do.
I think Zach Gibson's probably going to win it, I think.
Yeah, I think we've spoken on WhatsApp, and again, if you agree with us, don't agree with us, I think if you look at Zach Gibson and you look at Dave Mastiff, I think those
That's
two...
probably the final.
But you see, Pete Dunne at the moment, he normally would be a perfect heel, but he's been positioned as a top, almost anti-hero, almost babyface.
Yeah.
And Zach Gibson and Dave Mastiff are both top heels. So I would like to see one of them in the final with him.
But in some ways it doesn't matter who's in this, because us fans are going to be cheering because it's going to be a great match.
I'm picking Dave Mastiff to win the tournament and then get the shot against Pete. But the Tuesday that we're going to is almost an NXT slash...
there's NXT titles being defended as well, so not necessarily what happens on TakeOver on Saturday night. It could technically change hand, because these shows are being recorded and they will be available next week, the week after.
Yeah, like 1 week to the day that they are recorded.
Yeah, so it'd be nice to watch wrestling at 8 o'clock in the evening.
It will be, so at a reasonable hour.
At a reasonable hour.
Exactly.
And hopefully they reveal that they're bringing the UK Championship weekly TV show.
I know this is a Money in the Bank preview show, but hell, we're halfway there now. Johnny Saint, the legend that is from England, has been announced as the general manager of the UK division. Now, you don't announce a general manager, in my opinion, for a division, for a group of individuals, just because. You do it because there's a show coming. You do it because there's a weekly show coming. If not a 2 monthly, 1 monthly tapings, wherever they may take place.
It's actually like NXT, it'll be a monthly tape.
Let's hope they are doing them down south.
I don't mind whether.
But we're gonna. If they are, we will go to Blackpool.
If they do it Blackpool, if they do it in Scotland,
could be Manchester.
I don't mind.
Could be over in Norwich again.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of people that will want to go.
Right, that's the WWE United Kingdom division briefly spoken about. So for today's picks, for God's Money in the Bank, there'll be 11 points on offer, 10 matches. The 11th point will be for the member of the New Day that will be participating between me and Kieran. Now, a little thing, Kieran, I want to float with you now. I want us to make our picks from the second we go on to the next match, so then we can discuss it, and then the other one can't go, oh, that's actually a really good decision, because I definitely think you've got some points off me, and vice versa. Yeah, because we've done.
I'm literally going in blind with this. I'm looking at it and I'm literally going to go, right, that's who I think wins.
Some of them I'm completely decided.
Yeah.
I think there's one or two that I'm still on the fence, but for the most part, I'm completely sold on most of these. So we're going to crack on. As we've already found out off from this week's Raw and SmackDown tapings, the pre-show match will be the Bludgeon Brothers. They will defend their WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships against the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. The Good Brothers versus the Bludgeon Brothers, Kieran. Oh dear. Oh dear. What could have been a good, decent feud since the Good Brothers have come over to SmackDown? Could have been, but maybe not. Kieran, who are you going to pick for this match?
I'll be picking the Bludgeon Brothers for this. I think it's easy.
Yeah, me too. I'm going Bludgeon Brothers as well. I think if this was going to be on the main show, we potentially may have seen a title change.
Yeah.
Will this match be good? I think it can have the potential.
I think it'll be good in its own little way. Gallows and Anderson have been they're in tremendous shape, ridiculous shape considering what they were a couple of months ago.
You can, mentality and people that have kind of, you could say, deserve the opportunities but necessarily haven't got them, but have gone away and got themselves ripped. Drew McIntyre, Jinder Mahal is a absolute prime example. Yeah. And these two every day are posting. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
30 days of ab selfies or something.
Oh, they're just cut to hell at the moment, both of them. I mean, especially Kyle Anderson. Yeah, absolutely hell. So hopefully they will get the opportunities that do. They've only had, was it one Raw Tag Team title run?
Yeah,
it's not what you'd want, if not a longer run. So we're both going for the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah, I can't say anything else other than this. I think they may end up having another tag team match, these two, at Extreme Rules.
Maybe even on a SmackDown.
Yeah, so.
Well, that concludes the pre-show. We're going to crack straight on with the main show. To our knowledge, there's nothing else on the pre-show. Maybe a 205 Live match, I assume.
Yeah,
maybe a six-man tag.
I don't think there's any Cruiserweight title match.
Not to our knowledge. So. 205 Live has been stacked with title shots. Buddy Murphy getting a title shot. So there's not, to our knowledge, Cedric Alexander won't be defending the title. So, unless a six-man tag is thrown in, it wouldn't surprise
possibly,
me.
Possibly.
Drake Maverick popping that one in.
It is a long show, so they might just add one in.
Very, very quickly, out of the 5 general managers of WWE, 4 of them are English.
That's all we're good for.
Sorry, Kurt. Sorry, Kurt.
I'm sure Kurt could go back, track back his lineage and be fucking like Welsh on like his dad's side or something.
Could be Welsh. I'd love that. A Welsh gold medalist. So the first match of the main show, in no particular order, we are going to go straight in with the Intercontinental Championship. Elias will challenge Seth Rollins. Elias getting a Intercontinental title shot at a pay-per-view. It's excellent for him, but seeing as you went first on that last one, I will go first on this one. I, at one point, was very convinced that Elias might actually walk out of Money in the Bank with the Intercontinental title, and I now hope he doesn't, because I'm going to go with Seth Rollins for this one. For now, Seth Rollins.
I'm going Seth Rollins as well. I think the Intercontinental title stays on him for quite some time. He's a workhorse. He's been put on great matches. He'll probably move on from this straight away and probably end up in some program with, I don't know, Finn again. Bobby Lashley. There's a number of people who can go for that Intercontinental title. Yeah. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. There's loads.
There's a lot of people in that Money in the Bank match that once the Money in the Bank is over, you could easily put them back into an Intercontinental title picture. Something you said to me, Kieran, maybe a couple of weeks ago, on one of our many podcasts. Check it out. It's on iTunes and not so much SoundCloud now. It's just iTunes, I think.
Yeah.
SoundCloud. SoundCloud. Sorry. One thing you said to me that convinced me about Seth winning this match, and you said if Elias wins, he'll be the top men's champion on Monday Night Raw because of a lack of Brock Lesnar. And it really made me think. And I thought, could they be that brave?
I think they could.
This is absolutely. They could have been that brave, and I think there is certainly an element of, maybe part of them are thinking, oh, I could actually do this. But no, I'm going obviously Seth.
Both Seth.
Both Seth Rollins. If you disagree, please comment or tweet us. Tell us we're wrong. But Seth Rollins for both of us is that Intercontinental Championship match. Yes, former.
Burn it down.
Burn it down. I've got my own song. Burn it down. We're now going to move on to a rivalry that's had a hell of a lot of criticism on Raw. It's not had many plus points, but it is a rivalry and it is a storyline. So we'll take the positives of that. It's Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn. This should be a flat cap on a pole match, I'm telling you. They've missed the boat there. They've missed the boat.
It's a shame Vince Russo's not on WWE Creative, isn't it?
Shame Paul Heyman's not on WWE Creative.
Yeah. This feud's been meh. Yeah. But, you've got to give it to all but for Sammy.
It's your pick.
So, so I'm going to go for Bobby. I think the face needs to go over here.
He does.
Move on, get quickly away from it, move on to Intercontinental title match, something like that. Just get rid of it, stop the feud. Can they stretch this feud out even more?
Please no. I need to catch you up. This is the problem. I'm behind. But I'm behind because of silly guesses.
You like to be behind a lot of things in life.
Funny, man. I don't buy his words.
Cool.
I'm going to say Bobby Lashley. But the reason I stalled is because Sammy and Kevin... I've committed to Bobby, so I'm not changing my mind.
Yeah.
But Sammy and Kevin in tag action against Bobby and Braun lost every time. Raw, pay-per-views, whatever, they lost every single time. In singles matches, lost. I actually couldn't tell you the last time Sami Zayn won a match.
No,
it's probably sometime.
I think he's one of them people that he can afford to lose quite a few matches.
So for me, he actually does need to win this match.
Yeah,
like more than Bobby Lashley does.
Yeah.
So that is why I was in two minds. But again, at the same time, I'm very aware that silly decisions like this will make me lose, and I don't want to lose. So I'm saying Bobby Lashley with you, but almost into maybe some slight of disagreement. If Sammy wins, I'll be absolutely fuming.
Yeah, I think there's a potential for Sammy to win, but I just think
you're not gonna guess your fellow Ginger Warrior. No?
Okay. I'm guessing to win, Craig.
Well, this is why I'm going with.
Bobby's got.
But I'm thinking
Bobby's got to win. If he's come back, he's not really done much since WrestleMania. They need to establish him.
He's not done anything since WrestleMania.
He's definitely not facing Lesnar on SummerSlam, put it that way.
No, that was the massive...
Which was apparently the plan. The way it's been built now.
The plan. So. No, a not even a B mid-card feud, a bottom card poor feud with Sami Zayn has lasted into this. You remember about a year ago, 18 months? Oh, Sami needs to go to SmackDown. Yeah. Sami needs to go to SmackDown. Well, guess what, Kieran?
He does need to go to SmackDown.
Sami needs to go to SmackDown. Yeah. Again.
But then again, SmackDown's quite heavy on
everything.
Stuff, so.
On everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bobby Lashley is our pick for that one. We move on to a rematch from Extreme Rules. Daniel Bryan will get one more shot at Big Cass. Big Cass again. He'll get a rematch against Daniel Bryan after he lost. He tapped out. I'm still not convinced about Big Cass in general. So straight off the bat, I'm going to say Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
You're going to go.
I'm going to go Big Cass.
You're going Big Cass.
I'm going to get him to get one back.
Really?
Yeah, because I think Cass needs it.
It's the same with Bobby and Sammy though. It's a very similar dynamic. One can't lose, but the other one almost.
I don't think they want Bryan to lose, but Bryan's in this sort of little bit of a sort of in a hole because he hasn't signed a contract yet, which is up in a couple of months.
If he signs,
if it suddenly comes out this weekend that he signs, he wins this match.
I think he wins a lot more than this match. I think he ends up winning world titles.
I just think they don't want to commit to it. I think depending maybe on the WWE Championship match, maybe he faces the loser of that, like the person who doesn't have the title.
He's also a fantastic person for Cass to work with.
Yeah.
From just simply just who can you put with Cass to make him a better wrestler? Yeah. The answer is Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
And it's a great first feud for Bryan to have coming back onto the main roster.
And you can see the changes in Bryan's style. Not to say that he wasn't like a submission artist before, and
far more submission,
which is good. And his match with Shelton on Tuesday.
Oh,
great little match. I love to see it. That
SmackDown has been having, they had it with Luke Harper and Anderson the week before. This week, Anderson, Bryan and Benjamin. It's that little gem, that little gem tucked away on a Tuesday night, which you might not watch because you like Raw better than SmackDown, and you think you might not watch it. It's just wonderful. SmackDown are putting these little singles gems together every Tuesday, and it needs to be watched.
Honestly, feels like Triple H is in charge of Tuesday nights now.
Well, he's in charge of 205 Live.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks, it sort of almost seemed like it because it reminds me.
Is it Road Dogg? Maybe is he in charge?
I think he's still in charge of it.
He had a big say on the matter.
It reminds me very much of NXT weekly tapings at the moment, SmackDown. At least the last couple of weeks anyway. So
it flows. So I'm saying Daniel Bryan, you're saying Big Cass. Yeah. Again, like when we spoke about the Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn match, I absolutely agree with you. Yeah. If Big Cass wins this match, at the same time, they've gone backwards and forwards. Big Cass has got his... Big Cass almost gets one-upsman on Bryan. Bryan hasn't wrestled.
Yeah.
Before last night, the rest of the week before. No. They didn't really have. Did they have any interaction with each other?
No, they had that. Cass had that interview on the stage in front of the crowd, didn't he?
The week before.
Yeah, and then Bryan had a video.
So they've not really touched as per. They've not sort of come into contact with each other. So, okay, I'm saying Brian, you're saying Big Cass. Our
Yeah.
first disagreement of the evening. I'm sure come these Money in the Bank matches, there's going to be quite a few disagreements.
Yeah.
So, okay, fair enough. We're now going to go on to another mid-card rivalry. Never thought I'd say that about this match. It's going to be Jinder Mahal versus the big dog, Roman Reigns. Kieran,
Roman Reigns, let's move on.
he's in a mid... Roman Reigns, me too. Okay, I really see no point in talking anymore about this match.
I've jokingly said that this will be the main event.
You have. Because it's... Not because of Jinder.
I think it's possible.
Please don't ever say that.
Could you imagine if they left everyone's leaving the arena and they've just remembered, oh no, Roman's still... Roman match
the
is
women's
still
match has been on like the top of the first hour.
Yeah.
Or opens. The men's is like right at the end, and then all of a sudden they cut out Roman versus Jinder. If they did that,
I think, especially being in Chicago, a lot would still leave.
I think they'd either leave or chant CM Punk for half an hour. If they, this won't go on last. It can't go on last.
I don't think so, but I if it does, I want to get like 10,000 points, please.
If this goes on last, you get nothing, because that's not a point, because I'm scared, a little bit scared if I actually happen. Roman Reigns.
Yeah, Roman Reigns. This is just a nothing feud until he gets up to SummerSlam and faces Brock, and he needs something to do.
You're absolutely spot on. It's finding something for him to do, and again, I've seen the thought process behind this, and again, if you guys don't agree with us, tell us. Please tell us. But for me, who could get Roman Reigns over as a babyface, and who is maybe not necessarily the best heel, but who gets the biggest reaction from the crowd as a heel? And who is that man? That is Jinder.
Yeah.
Whether it's his ethnicity that's booing them, or whether it's the way he's portraying that ethnicity. Let's remember, he's Canadian. Okay, in kayfabe, he's from India or India. And he's doing a sterling job. We may disagree with some of the booking, but in regards to them booing him, he's done a great job.
Yeah.
And he's now a former US
Craig,
champ.
you also done a great job when you were a referee turned heel monster in a wrestling promotion.
Doesn't mean I'm any good at wrestling, does it?
Good at wrestling,
No.
does it?
I know yeah. But again, some of you disagree, but I would say I know what I was doing.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, yeah, Roman Reigns. Good luck, Jinder.
Yeah, it's got to be Roman.
Also, can we guess how far that Roman will throw Samir, maybe? That could be a nice extra
27.5 feet.
That's not far enough. Where's the other one coming back?
I don't know. So he's done his ACL in it, which is about 9 months to a year. So
And he's little, so what, 3 years?
I'm sure at that point, as soon as he comes back, it's like that's it. Cruiserweight tag team division.
Wow.
Straight away.
Yeah. Tell me about
They're
it.
waiting for the Singh brothers.
Alright, for the Singh brothers. So we're going to move on to our women's matches, and oh boy, there are some decent ones. We're going to start. I think we're going to start with the SmackDown. We are indeed. SmackDown Women's Championship match. Carmella will have her first official defense, and maybe her last.
Yeah.
Against Asuka. So I was wrong, as always. Carmella has had one defense. She defeated Charlotte at Extreme Rules. Yeah, there we go. That's why he's there. That's why I'm over here.
Did you even watch Backlash?
I did.
You sure?
No, I didn't.
Right.
I watched Miz versus Seth.
Yeah.
And you had seen it.
Yeah.
And I said, I've only seen that match because of work, and I had a long Monday because it was during the summer holiday, the half term.
Yeah.
So I had a long day on the Monday, and I watched that first match, and I said, how was the rest of the show? And what did you reply?
I said just don't watch it, didn't I? I'm pretty sure.
You even said the best match was Seth versus Miz, and he went, if you've seen the rest, good, but if you haven't, don't bother really. So I didn't. And there you go. So why not? Eh?
Only life is always that simple.
Well, I'll skew you for an answer.
Yeah.
And you're right.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think it's your turn to give us a pop first. Who do you reckon?
No, I'm struggling with this one. I go back and forth. And
okay, well, give us your answer, then explain us.
I think, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go for Carmella.
Okay.
Unfortunately. I don't want that.
I'm going for Asuka.
Right.
Okay. Okay, now we can talk about it.
Okay.
I actually completely understand why you'd say Carmella, because could you imagine if she wins? Now, I'm not saying she wins by pinfall, and I'm almost imagining a way where she wins via like almost an Eddie Guerrero DQ, where she gets the other person disqualified because maybe the Iconic Duo come out.
Yeah.
They've had a loose relationship, Carmella and the Iconic Duo. Not
Absolution as well. Whatever they're called now.
There was a massive 10-woman tag that closed SmackDown. That was extremely good.
Asuka got she won that match
by.
Yeah.
I think she. Oh no, she didn't pick Carmella.
Can't remember which Asuka won. So,
but she did.
If you wanted to sort of follow that sort of logic, for me, Carmella wins.
If you finish the SmackDown strong, you lose on the pay per view.
I don't want Asuka to lose. Like,
no.
She's now like human, isn't she? But I just don't. I don't think this feud's been big enough to get Asuka over Carmella, if you know what I mean. And it's just, for me, Carmella as the chicken shit heel.
Yeah, she's great at that.
She's great. And she's come out and she's come out leaps and bounds since cashing in.
Mm-hmm.
Done so well with her character.
Mm-hmm.
Promos have been great.
Mm-hmm.
Annoying, but that's the point of it. So that's why I think she wins, and I think she, wins it in some sort of,
it's got to be screwy.
It's got to be. Finish,
yeah. No, you cannot disagree with your logic behind that. For me, I'm saying Asuka, because if you're going to position her in this title match, and they've waited, they haven't, they waited on Raw for a long, long time. They to the point where she wins the Rumble, then she comes to SmackDown. They waited. So for me, she's having another title shot. Okay, the last time she had a title shot was WrestleMania, and she lost.
Yeah.
Can Asuka lose 2 title shot matches in a row?
Well, there is one way that theoretically she doesn't have to lose.
DQ.
No. Briefcase.
We'll get to that.
We'll
get to that. But that depends on our results from that. Yeah. But we can discuss that. We could potentially talk about that later. Because if Charlotte wins,
see, that's the thing. You're assuming Charlotte will cash in on her.
If Charlotte wins,
could you imagine Lana cashing in?
On Asuka? Or just in general?
On Carmella.
Despite the massive popularity, the place go mental. Yeah. Like in a good way, because
Rusev and Lana cashing in on the same night.
Oh my god, both
sleeping with the title naked. Oh, Jesus Christ, seeing Rusev with the title around him. Oh my god, it would be a happy.
Settle down, semis on. Mr. and Mrs. Money in the Bank and Mr. and Mrs. Champions would be great.
Yeah.
But we'll get to the Money in the Bank matches as and when. But for me, it's Asuka. For you, it's Carmella.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Done. Difficult. Not easy. But when we talk about the Money in the Banks, we'll talk about potentially the outcomes of the Raw and the women's matches going forward. The next up, speaking of Raw, is the Raw Women's Championship match. The face again, heel again, face again, heel again, face again, heel again. Nia Jax will defend against Rowdy Ronda Rousey. For me, I'm going to put this out there. This actually, despite what we just spoke about for the women's match, the title match, and what we've got to come, this actually might be the most compelling match of the night. For the simple fact that they have almost, in my opinion, and I think probably yours as well, and many others, fast-tracked Ronda into, at least maybe, even if she doesn't win this match, a situation where we are looking at her winning a match. A women's world title.
She has to win it.
So who's your guess?
Nia Jax.
Seriously?
I think so.
Okay, really?
I'm not sure.
1, 2, 3?
Nia Jax.
Ronda Rousey. Okay.
I'm gonna have to stick with it.
No,
because there's one thing, and my brother doesn't make very many good points. Right?
Sorry, are you telling me that Jamie Smith
has swayed me on this?
Who we have dubbed the intern?
I love the idea of Ronda losing.
Yes.
And then she has to build herself up to get to the Rumble, to win the Rumble,
to win
WrestleMania, to win the title match. I like that idea.
I love that
because she's still Ronda Rousey, right? She's still MMA legend. She's going to the UFC.
She's going to the UFC Hall of Fame,
right? So I think they want to build, have her lose, have her do some vignettes where she doesn't have to be around, where she's just wrestling at the Performance Centre,
I'll tell you what,
wrestling with Shayna Baszler,
if she loses,
with the other 4 horsemen.
Also, if she loses, she's human.
Yeah,
and they kind of need her to be
human. I
human.
think so, yeah. Because she can't be the Brock Lesnar of the women's division, because you see what Brock Lesnar's done for the men's division, technically.
Can't she?
I don't think so.
Is that Asuka? Technically, is that supposed to be Asuka, really?
Well, I think if you talk about is Charlotte Asuka the best, and then you could almost put Sasha Banks there in my eyes in that same level, but then you stick Ronda in there.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what? I'll explain my reasons behind Ronda actually winning later, because this doesn't really make sense right now, because I can't really go into it. But for me, Ronda wins this match. Because again, it's a title match. I know it's different to Asuka, and again, could Ronda in her actually? Okay, she's had a lot of house shows around the European tour. She was basically one of the headliners through the European tour. And, you know, seen a few snippets of videos and stuff, and she's wrestling the actual women now. And this is actually one of the things that I know Jackson and the thing on Raw they did, a nice sit down with coach. A little bit different, not a contract signing, just a sit down, air some grievances, you know. They got into fisties, obviously, and she taps out Nia.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I didn't think she needed to tap.
No.
Personally, but
No, I think that was a little bit cheap, to be fair.
Yeah.
You've just been put in a submission. Yeah, it's not a 10, 15-minute match. You're not tired, you know. I didn't think that was needed either, personally. And I did bring that up because I'm not Stephanie McMahon. I'm the Raw Women's Champion. Yeah. I've grinded for years to get to this point. I'm not letting this go now. So, yeah, but I'll explain later, and it will make sense. To me it does, but it might not to you. But yeah, so I'm going Ronda, you're going Nia.
I'm going Nia.
Lots of split decisions.
We're very split. You could be leading or I could be further ahead.
Oh, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. Okay, so now we move on to the only world title for the men to be defended at Money in the Bank.
There's only one world title, isn't there?
Well, the two women's ones.
There's only one men's world title.
Oh, it's one universal title.
Oh, okay, yeah. Right, I forgot that was wrong.
That's technically a world meet. He's the longest reigning.
Longest reigning.
Yeah.
Up yours, Mr. Punk.
Although, if you've seen, again, sorry guys, this is rambling. Okada had the IWGP
720 days, wasn't it?
And he only defended it 10 times.
Yeah.
So,
but
nobody's ever complained.
Incredible matches.
When he's wrestling Kenny Omega for 45, 50 minutes.
His match got 7 stars, right? The last one.
Him and Kenny?
Kenny Meltzer gave it 7 stars.
When Kenny won the title?
Yeah.
Golden Elite now.
Yeah.
Apparently WWE looking at the Elite 1 and 2, bring him in. Elite versus New Day at...
well, they've been advertising Kenny
on the network, on the website.
Yeah. So, interesting times.
Blurred lines, Kieran. Blurred lines.
So it'd be WWE versus New Japan Pro Wrestling at Survivor Series, the only time of year where Japanese and WWE wrestlers go one-on-one in one-on-one competition or something like that.
I'll give you one name, Triple H. Yeah. Once he's in charge.
It'd be at NXT.
Oh, that'd be even better, maybe.
Probably.
Shinsuke Nakamura will challenge AJ Styles for the pavillionth time for the WWE title, and this will be a definitive final answer, but it's a last man standing match, so technically it could be a draw. So the reason that Nakamura picked to have this match as last man standing is so there would be a definitive, can't be DQ, this is the final decision, there'd be a winner and a loser. That's not actually true, because a last man standing match, you can have a draw. You can't be DQ'd, so no one can be disqualified for low blows, but this can be a draw if both men don't
Before we make our pick, would they be brave enough in front of a Chicago crowd to do a double finish, a double count out, whatever?
Yeah, they would.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
In Chicago?
Yeah. Well, okay. If this was the first match, the first time, or maybe the second time,
it's the last time. It's the last time they're probably going to face each other, right? This is what we're assuming.
In retrospect, because this, if it was the second time maybe for the title, then yes, they would. I think they would absolutely go for it. However, this is the 5th time they've wrestled on television, and it will be the 4th world title match they've had.
Yeah.
One of the matches weren't a world title match, it was Nakamura beating AJ. So it's the 5th time on television, 4 world title matches. One has been won by AJ Styles. The one on SmackDown, which wasn't a title match, was won by Nakamura. The other 2 were draws. So this is the 5th one. This is almost the rubber, despite the fact that Nakamura still hasn't got the title. So, I've put my neck out on Nakamura since WrestleMania, back in, April, and we're now in June. And I must need locking up and throwing the keys away because I'm saying Nakamura again.
Going different. I'm going AJ. I'm sticking with AJ.
You said AJ.
This whole thing, you've gone with Shinsuke. This whole thing.
Because I just think you can't. Why drag it out if you're not actually going to give him this title at some point? Why?
Nakamura has been fantastic in this new heel persona, right? But there's one reason why I'm picking AJ.
Mm-hmm.
Where the hell is Brock Lesnar? Who is the face of your company? It's that guy.
Yeah, but but in Japan, this is why I'm picking him.
That's why they want him.
Not to make it sound corny, but he is phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's been the WWE champion for this long.
Since Survivor Series. Just before Survivor Series.
For a reason.
Yeah.
For a reason. He is excellent. And for me, I know they got the Universal title, fine, and whatever, but for me, this is still the title.
AJ holds his title to SummerSlam where he faces John Cena. in another match. Because
they do great matches.
They'll just throw that together.
For me, if Nakamura wins this match, can you imagine though? Just picture this. I mean, even if it was Bryan, Nakamura versus Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam for the WWE title, because he would have had to have signed by then. That sounds like.
See, this is where I think AJ wins. Bryan moves on to Shinsuke. You get Bryan v Shinsuke, just as a feud.
Well, no, fine.
As a future potential number one contenders match.
So we're splitting.
Then you get Bryan versus AJ at SummerSlam.
We're split again then.
We're split again. But I'm pretty convinced AJ's winning this.
I mean, I'm very aware, like extremely aware, that I've said 3 world title matches, 3 different winners, and they're all title changing hands. Yeah. I'm extremely aware of that, and would they be brave enough to do that? I don't think so. So I'm going to be wrong at some point.
Yeah.
Almost definitely one of those title matches. But for me, the odds for me are just with those challengers. But again, we'll see how it pans out. They could do it. NXT, they've changed all the titles in one night, haven't they?
Again.
I think
we've got the briefcase looming in the background potentially. Depends if this goes on last. Obviously, the briefcase isn't there, but I'd assume that the men's briefcase goes last of the night. Personally,
I don't know where they put the women's. I absolutely
open with the IC title match. Because that'd be straight away. Yeah,
no, I'm completely for that. And then
have all the singles matches.
Have the world title match just before the men's Money in the Bank. This goes on just before the men's. Yeah. Either way, there's so many great matches. It's hard to say. This could close the first hour. They've done that before, where they position the titles. Okay, so speaking of Money in the Bank title matches, here's our first briefcase. It'll be the women. They are what we're going to position in next, and their Money in the Bank is next. The 8 women behind us who will take. I mean, I know we've only had 1 women's Money in the Bank, but already this again, it raises the bar again.
Technically 2.
Okay, it's the 3rd women's Money in the Bank. This is huge because now it's cross-branded.
Yeah.
There's 8 women, which I think is spot on. Yeah. That's a perfect amount. Yeah. I mean, again, with the men's and the women's, they look at the talent. Like, so we'll go, Kieran, I know who I'm picking, but I want you to give us your pick, and then I'm going to give you my pick, and then I want us to go through why you've said it, and I'll say why I've said mine. So go on then.
Okay, so this one's been in my head, and we've sat there with the men's one for weeks.
For weeks.
Who
over a month, we've decided.
This one for me, this one's been more clearer than the others.
Okay.
I'm stuck between 3, but I'm going to stick my neck out and go Charlotte. And Charlotte cashes in on Carmella just as a turnabout as fair play.
So the reason I said Ronda Rousey wins is because Natalya wins and cashes in instantly on her best little friend, turns heel, and then Ronda has to chase Natty for that title and doesn't get her till WrestleMania. Or maybe SummerSlam, but you get my drift.
I'd say you think it'll be Ronda versus Natty at WrestleMania.
Okay, maybe
sure they wouldn't want to do Ronda versus Asuka.
But SummerSlam or Survivor Series. So I'm saying Natty.
There won't be a title match at Survivor Series though.
Because it'll be the 4 Horsewomen.
No, because it's the only time that Raw and SmackDown go head to head in one-on-one competition.
I wasn't going to say that anymore.
Right.
But I'm saying Natty. And she cashes in on Ronda on the night and wins.
Okay. I like that.
I've seen this floating around, and I tell you what, for me... So again, I'll go first. Okay, so Natalya, I've made my pick. Naomi, I don't want to say she's in this match because she's a spot monkey, because she can just do all the stuff, all the flips, all the tricks. She's incredible. I've spoke about it on the podcast more than once. She's probably the most athletic of the lot. She's probably one of my favourites. She's got a sweet entrance. She's great at promos. I love her chemistry with the Usos. Everything.
Correct. She's sleeping with one of them.
Really? Yeah. But I just think
which one I don't know. I can never get it right. But.
And you always take the mickey out of me as well. Yeah. Lana. I mean, oh my god, it'd be hilarious.
Lana's in this match to literally have that moment when the rest of these 7 women are down on the floor and she's there climbing the ladder and everyone thinks she's going to win. But then she can't quite get to the top step and then she falls over or something like that.
Ember Moon wouldn't be the worst thing.
No.
Really wouldn't.
Too soon for me.
Yeah, just a tiny bit. Yeah. But again, I'm glad
if she was a heel, potentially.
Speaking of someone that should be a heel.
Yeah.
And if she was a heel, 100% I'd be probably putting all my eggs in her basket.
So Sasha, Bayley, looks like we're still getting it at some random point in time.
I'm sick, mate.
If this was going to happen, I'd want Bayley in the match.
I think Bayley could cost her. Can you imagine her 3/4 the way up the ladder?
I think it needs to be the other way around. I think I would have had Bayley in the match, go for the briefcase, and Sasha pulls it down. But
yeah,
if Bayley does it in front of Chicago,
that'll turn her heel.
And the fans would love it. They would.
I think that they shouldn't do. I think the most of us will probably boo it, but I think it should probably it will get a huge response because it's a great reaction from that. Becky, wow, she needs it. I think she's at a point of her career.
Yeah.
She beat Charlotte last week, which was a great victory.
And that's why I sort of didn't pick her, because I thought she's had the rub of Charlotte.
Now, the last two, I think we've both said that, I mean, they could absolutely win it. Could you imagine a scrappy, arrogant heel Alexa Bliss with that briefcase?
Yeah.
I think that would be brilliant.
It
would be excellent.
suits Alexa more than anyone else.
Well, Alexa, and I guess in Charlotte in comparison, okay, Charlotte has also won Divas titles and things like that, and NXT Women's Championships. Only woman to win the 4 NXT Divas, Raw Women's and SmackDown Women's. So for her, kind of a Grand Slam moment if she, if you want to count the briefcase as a title or as a prestigious moment. So, again, could they put their eggs in Charlotte? I mean, for a long time, I was completely sold on Charlotte. Can you imagine Asuka a champion, Ronda a champion, and then Charlotte in the middle as briefcase winner? You've got your 3 top women with those titles.
But you also remember that, and I know that they technically could cash in on anyone on the other brand, but they've said it's exclusive, so I think they'll keep it to, if the SmackDown superstar wins it, they keep it to SmackDown until that tease comes where they found the loophole. They can go to the other show.
Yeah, they'll if they want to do it, they'll say there's a loophole. That is why I've gone with Natty. Did you expect me? I mean, Charlotte. Did you expect me to go for Natty?
No.
It's a shot. It's not. Yeah, it might not be the right one.
But that's the thing. It's a shot, but it makes logical sense, and if it makes logical sense, it can happen.
Right.
Like Lana will never win.
No, because there's no logical sense behind it. The only small logic behind it would be Mr. and Mrs.
Yeah.
But
last year, Carmella winning it was logical because she was like, she's the one who needs a bit of a rocket up her ass and get her to the top of the women's division.
And she did well with that.
And all these, I'd say, are near the top.
Bar Lana, any of these could win it.
Yeah.
Legitimately, I think it's a great show. So I'm saying Natalia, you're saying Charlotte. Fantastic. And I love your fair about it's fair play. Carmella retains, because that is your logic for the SmackDown Women's title. Carmella retains her title, and then Charlotte cashes in on her, which again makes great storytelling.
Yeah.
Natty winning, then cashing in on Ronda as champion, again makes great storytelling. Imagine Ronda winning, nice like balls to this, beats the tar out of her. Natty comes out, my friend, balls to it. Cash in 1, 2, 3. You can see that. Both scenarios make absolute perfect logical storytelling sense to be played out on the night. I think one of these briefcases being cashed in on the night is quite a high possibility.
I don't think they want to hang around, but
for too long.
But it's different. They had a Raw and a SmackDown one last time. Obviously,
they didn't. They had 2 SmackDown ones.
They had in the previous brand split, where they had one for the WWE Championship and one for the World Championship. That's why they wanted to get rid of one. But I think it might be separate enough to having a men's and a women's one where they don't need to cash it in straight away. But I think they still do. Okay,
so next, if it wasn't difficult enough picking a winner for the women's, you might as well pin the tail on the person that might win, Donkey Persona, because this is impossible.
Yeah.
Here is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Men's Money in the Bank ladder match, the most difficult match to predict, the most difficult match to guess who are going to win, let alone the 11th point on offer, which member of the New Day will compete.
Yes, conveniently placed at the top of this graphic because I couldn't fit them in along the side.
I love how you've done the graphic there, it's really cool. So can we start with New Day? I'll go first with my New Day pick.
Yeah.
I think I've said it to you before. I think Big E will compete. Because I think the Kofi thing is... I don't think it'll be Woods. It'd be great if it was Woods, but I don't think it will be just because. I think if Kofi was in this match, it'd be great, but I think it's seen that, done that. I think you just need something a little different. And for me, Big E, he's cut those hard promos. He's cut them almost nearly leader type promos.
Yeah. And
I think he will be the one that will be the antagonist going forward for the New Day.
Okay, so for me, and I don't know how we'll score this point, so we might have to literally debate this on air a little bit. I think this becomes a 10-man ladder match. I think all 3 of them are in it. You just think,
you've said this to me before. Now, if you want to pick all of them, that's a fight. I mean, you can either pick Kofi, E, Woods, or all of them.
But there'll be a point in this match where, say, Big E starts, but then suddenly Kofi and Xavier are involved. They're going to be involved in this match somehow.
It's a no disqualification match. So I'm kind of
stopping them.
Yeah, I mean, okay, they're baby faces. Yeah. So you've got the moral integrity of the face of the good guy to let one person compete. But imagine this. Imagine a scenario where Big E... Okay, by the way, if Big E starts, or Kofi, whoever your pick is, you're picking all of them.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm going to go
Okay,
for all of them.
that's fine. My logical, just thinking Biggie starts, say, oh, my knee. Oh, sub.
Yeah.
In goes Kofi or in goes Woods, That could happen as well. There's so many little loopholes and so much creativity
So
that could do with this.
if they're standing in the ring when the bell goes, they're
the middle.
they're part of the match, right? I know it's not necessarily works like that, but
you're speaking to a referee,
It's
Kieran.
one of these things that are going to be involved in this match if they're standing in the ring when the bell goes.
Okay, so your theory behind... Okay, so if they all say they're in the match, but officially say Woods is, then that's Woods. Even though they all pretend... Let's remember, Ellsworth won the women's, okay? But he didn't win until... The match wasn't over until it went to a person that was actually... Male or female, if Big E's in the match and Kofi climbs the ladder and then throws the briefcase to Woods, then Woods is the winner.
Yeah.
On paper, despite the fact how it happened. Carmella was the winner, Ellsworth threw her the briefcase. So...
I don't know, it's tough. I'm sitting there deliberating, like, should I just choose one rather than doing all three? But I'll just go all three.
You'll go all three, okay. So I'm saying E.
I think we'd have to be clear in the scoring of this and how we say that all three of them are in this match. But I think that's one of these points where you get to on Sunday. If they do appear as all three, we'll work it out if that's me deserving of a point.
Yeah. So, okay. You pick. I went first with New Day. I want you to tell me your winner of this match.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is so difficult.
So difficult.
Okay. All right. Screw it. Pick. Go on, pick.
Right.
Go on,
I'm going to pick Braun.
Pick Braun. Okay.
There's so much I want with like four other people, but I'm picking Braun.
We'll go through it. I'm gonna. Okay. So I've picked E to be in the match, but whatever member of New Day is in this match, I'm picking the member of New Day to win.
Is that because you like my theory? Then
I want it to happen so much.
That's why I was thinking about going to.
So,
but
Kieran's theory, if you've not seen or whatever, Kieran's theory, and it's so brilliant, is that one of the members of the New Day win this match.
Yeah.
And say if they, like your initial pick, that they're all in this match, then you think, oh, they could all win. So if one of them wins, they've always said, like with the Freebirds rule for the tag teams, and what's mine is yours and yours is mine, because you remember, the match that qualified them, Woods and E wrestled. Kofi didn't wrestle. Yeah. But Kofi's the senior. Kofi's the matriarch of New Day. He's matriarch, that's a woman's thing. He's the unsaid leader.
He's the veteran.
The vet, that's the word. Thank you, matriarch. He's the veteran of the team. He's the most experienced. But they've all had moments in the last few weeks on SmackDown where they've all shined in six-man tags. Yeah. They've all had that special moment. So for me, whoever wins this match, which I'm saying is a member of New Day, the others will then go, well, what's mine is mine. I'm going to try and cash it in. Could you imagine Kofi trying to cash it in? Wood stops him and goes, no, we haven't talked about this. And they have a disagreement and the cash-in doesn't happen. Then it happens a week after, and a week after, and then eventually we get to, like your theory was, at SummerSlam we have a triple threat match, and the winner of that match between New Day officially becomes Money in the Bank.
We've talking about a New Day split up for a while. I think it's about time.
It's organic though. We need organic.
They've been together like 4 years. It's quite long.
Oh dear, when did they become that Hill Gospel choiring?
Because they had the tag titles for, was it 480 odd days or something?
They were heels to start and they finished as faces.
Yeah, that was before the brand split. So I think it's about 4 years. But so I'm picking Braun. Because I like the theory of Braun just straight up challenging Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, saying, I don't need to cash this in day, I want to face Brock.
Well, he said more than once, not just on Monday at the top of those ladders. He said it more than once. I want Brock Lesnar. Yeah. I want Brock Lesnar. He's not shied away from that, he's not pretended.
We think it's going to be Roman versus Brock.
Oh, not again. I don't want that.
Like I said to you...
I'd love that match and then Braun cashes in. Yeah. If that's going to happen.
Yeah, but I'd love to just... I think Braun is ready. He's been ready for ages, but he's ready now. Straight up beat Brock Lesnar.
They've been very patient.
Brock leaves.
Yeah, please.
Braun becomes like the face of the company because Braun's that good. He's tremendous.
And I tell you what, if you've ever seen an interview with him or a slightly out of character, semi-character sort of sit down and stuff, he's a lovely guy. Yeah. He's humble. He knows what's happening.
Well, I had this theory that I think they've backtracked on Roman a little bit and they don't want to push him to the fore as much.
You just look at the booking now. He's against Jinder. He's not in this match. No. If they were still pushing him, he'd be in this match. Yeah. So, we've picked our pick. We've had our picks. You're picking Braun. I'm picking whatever member of New Day's in this match. Let's just quickly skim through the other gentlemen in this match. So, we'll start this side.
Not winning.
No?
No.
Bobby Roode?
No chance.
Obviously Braun. Finn Balor.
He's in it for a couple of high spots.
You think?
Yeah.
You don't think he's got a legitimate claim to this match? He's never had his Universal...
I think if Finn wins, if Finn ever has a title match, he's one of them that is going to have to earn it the hard way. Like,
this is pretty hard.
Yeah, the hard way in terms of he has to beat competitors. Because he wins, he loses, 50-50 booking. That's how it's been for him since he came back. Yeah.
So
I think that's until that happens.
Okay. Now, this next one is someone I was on the fence with. Yeah. Kevin Owens.
It suits him to his brand.
It's Kevin Owens' Money in the Bank. It's so perfect. If there's a match made in heaven, or in fact hell, Kevin Owens would be this person.
Yeah.
I think that one of the reasons I maybe slightly went away from him is because, again, not that it should matter, but I'm almost thinking if I'm picking a Raw female to win, a SmackDown male kind of has to win. I know that might not be the case, but
I don't think
it's hard enough to pick. So when I've kind of made half a decision, I'm thinking, well, if he's on Raw and she's on SmackDown, then maybe we can make that kind of work. So, but for me, I know that we don't have a second pick, but Kevin Owens is almost my second pick. There's a thing. Samoa Joe?
I don't think he needs the briefcase.
He needs something.
He needs a title match soon.
He needs a title, a US title. Yeah. He needs something to
but I think because Joe can, in my eyes, looking at him and seeing the way he wrestles, I'd look at him and say he can beat anyone at any time. Well, that's why I don't think he needs a briefcase. So I think he has a legitimate match against an AJ, against a Shinsuke, whatever, to win the title.
So I agree with he looks like he can do it. Unfortunately, every single time, and I'll tell you what, Joe talks a great game.
Yeah.
He talks literally a phenomenal game. He looks the part, he looks rough, he looks like he could finish you off in 5 seconds, but he can't win.
No.
They've booked him badly. Like, he doesn't win any matches, mate. So I can't...
In multi-man matches, I don't think it matters.
Even in singles.
Yeah, but they need to start building him up as a top
for me, he's not even a... I love Samoa Joe. Let's not get... But the way he's been booked for me, he's not even a thought.
Yeah.
He'd be great in this match, but he won't ever win.
Yeah.
Miz?
Interesting one.
He'd be very... He's done it before.
Yeah.
How great would Miz's Money in the Bank for a second time?
So, we said...
he's my third pick.
So AJ moves on to, say, Daniel Bryan, the SummerSlam. Miz cashes in on Bryan for winning the title at SummerSlam.
Jesus Christ.
Then you get the Miz Bryan feud that we've been wanting for years.
They did it on house shows, which I felt was weird in England when they did the European tour. But that again makes so much logical sense. Yeah. And of course we've got Mr. Rusev on the end, who is in this match.
Can you imagine the pop if he won?
Oh,
I don't think he would.
We'd hear it from England.
Yeah, I don't think he's got a cat and hell's chance.
He nearly left WWE.
Yeah.
And since then, he definitely has been given more opportunities from a booking standpoint. As has Lana, as is in English, to be fair. So he'll be floating around. I'm sure he'll get involved. So I'm going New Day, and I'm saying Big E will be my competitor in the match, but I'm also then saying whatever member of New Day is in that person.
I think that's only fair, because if you say that Big E's going to win it and if Big E's not in the match, that's like you've lost. That's not fair.
Exactly.
You've not had a pick. So.
No. And you're saying Braun Strowman. You sent me a little interesting link a few days ago saying that there's a rumour to a certain man with two hands has a fighting chance to...
Yeah, I think those rumours have died down a little bit, but there was rumours that Ellsworth's re-signed with the company.
Secretly? Or just under the radar?
Maybe.
You mean re-signed as it will appear?
Yeah, re-signed with the company.
Okay, interesting.
I don't know.
I mean, for him to... If he showed up on Sunday in the middle of the women's Money in the Bank match... Oh my...
Could you imagine?
Oh my God.
Or him in the against the Asuka match and Ellsworth, the one that cost Asuka.
And then Asuka versus Ellsworth.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah. I'd love to see that.
Intergender wrestling. I wonder who talked about that last week. Yes. 220 views, was it last looked?
Yeah.
That's great. So, there we go. That's our Money in the Bank preview show over.
That will run past 4 o'clock in the morning.
It's going to be a long one, mate. It's going to be a long one. Pre-show starts at 11 p.m. English time.
Yeah.
Finishes midnight, and then the main show is supposed to be midnight till 4, but we're pretty sure it's going to run till 4:30.
Yeah. There's 10 matches.
There's 10 matches. 1 on the pre-show, 9 on the main card. 9 matches in 4 hours. Is that possible?
Yeah.
2 long matches.
Yeah, I think it's possible. Yeah.
Well, get your sleep in, get your energy drinks, get your coffee, get your food, get ready. This is going to be a long show, but it should be a very good one. Guys, thank you for joining myself with Dirty Mania on this preview show. Always alongside Kieran Smith. Thank you, Kieran.
Cheers, Craig. Stay tuned just to our Twitter account about the UK Championship tournament on Tuesday. Obviously, we probably will post some sort of spoilers there, maybe. I don't think so, but if there's anything big that comes from it,
I think if the TV show becomes apparent, then
I think we'll tweet about it.
I think we'll probably tweet about that.
We'll get the exclusive scoop.
Yeah, we will, which would be quite nice.
Yeah.
That won't. I mean, everything going on will be a spoiler.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, really, if you looked at the results, because WWE are actually going to release the UK first round matches.
First round matches are on YouTube and that. And
but to release them the week after, that's a week after. People will know.
Yeah.
People will know. Yeah. So stay tuned to the Twitter. Just if you don't want to know spoilers, keep away. But I think we'll probably be posting about who wins and who loses.
Yeah.
Especially who's going to be in the final, because we're going to have to look up at that spoiler from the Monday, because we want to know for the Tuesday.
Exactly.
So we're going to have to find out that ourselves anyway. But thank you, Kieran. Buzzing for the weekend, NXT, Money in the Bank, and then on Tuesday we have, of course, the second day of the UK Division tournament. Thank you, mate. We're looking forward to all that. Again, I've been your Chief of Wrestling. Thank you very much, guys. Keep on touch next week as well for our normal, regularly scheduled show, which will be coming out around Wednesday to Friday.
Yeah, Wednesday to Thursday.
Yeah. Thank you very much, guys. We will see you later. Dilly dilly!
Come on, England!